Hey you guys, and welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are doing good. This is going to be my first ever story time. So this story revolves around the time that me and my mom got stranded in Las Vegas. My best friend and my auntie was there too, but they weren't with us when this happened. But they were still stranded because they were rolling with us, you know. So it all started when I was turning 21. 21. How old do you guys think I am? Like, seriously, comment down below. So basically turning 21, I never really cared too much for my birthday. I was like, oh, it's just another day. And so my mom was like, no, it's not just another day. It's your birthday, the day you were born, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, okay. She's like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, she was like, okay, well then let's go to Las Vegas. I'm like, ooh, now that does sound like an idea. And it really did. I was so glad that we went. And it was just the best time. We had the best time. And so came, like, I think it was like June 21st 2013. That is not my birthday. My birthday is June 11th. And we were on the road for a couple of hours, driving, listening to music, singing, falling asleep, and all of that good stuff. And my best friend, he got sick. He got homesick. I guess he never been away from home longer than a couple of hours, and knowing that he was going to be away from home for like 2 to 3 days got him really homesick. It was crazy. He was like calling his mom every probably 30 minutes to like every 10 minutes. I was like, I never experienced that before. I've like heard about it and all that, but never experienced it, and I still haven't experienced it since then. But yeah, eventually he did calm down, and we were able to leave like where we were, and got something to eat, and then headed back on the road, and then fell back to sleep. I think we went to like In and Out or something, and I got like the protein style hamburger, which is so much better than having buns. Thank you, mommy, for that little inside scoop on protein style burgers. Love them. And so probably around 1 or 2, I think we finally were arriving to our destination, and like all the lights were still lit, like in Las Vegas, and it was really nice, and like so many people were still out. I was like, whoa, don't people go to sleep around here? No. They do not. So I think we finally got to our hotel probably about 3 or 4 after just cruising around looking at stuff and just everything, admiring the scenery, because it's like nothing compared to Los Angeles. And so we finally got there, and then the first thing I wanted to do was go swimming. Like, swimming. Go swimming. So at this time it was probably like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I was like, okay, best friend, let's go swimming. It was like, okay. And of course it was closed. Like, it's Las Vegas. Las Vegas never goes to sleep. Why is the pool closed? And it was like closed, and I was so mad because it wasn't going to be open till like 10 o'clock in the morning. So that means I had several hours to go before I could go swimming. And then on top of that, by the time we got there, it wasn't even no deeper than like 5 feet. So which meant I could step in it. I cannot dangle my feet in the water. I can stand up no matter what part of the freaking swimming pool I got in. So that sucked. But my best friend and me, we like played piggyback and all that crap. It was so fun though. It was so fun. And then like it was funny. We got into it. He like really wanted to get in the jacuzzi, which was like, okay. I didn't care to get in it, but me and a best friend. You know what your best friend want to do. He do what you want. So that's what we did. And then later, but before that, we went to like this little bar because everything else was closed but the bar. And it was crazy because like he didn't even ask for our IDs. I guess you're in Las Vegas, they expect you. Not really, because some places did ask us for our IDs, where other places they really just didn't care. They just want your money. And so we got this drink. It was this drink that had multiple liquors in it, and it's supposed to get you like really turned up really quick, but I can't think of what it's called right now, so let's forget about that and go on the rest of our day after we went swimming. So then after we went swimming, we went downstairs. We played on the machines and all that. I got at least $80 from those machines in that one day. So of course, like the next day, I'm like, okay, let me do this again, and I basically lost it all. I literally got like $20 back from that. I was like, oh, so I didn't really play those games no more the entire time we were there. I was like, oh, I hate you guys. And so, let's see, the following night, we went to this restaurant and we had a good time and it was so fun and all that stuff. And then we went out later on the night. We went out, you know, my mom, we went out to go to a club, and it was like a reggae club. And of course, like, we were rolling around in my mom's brand new Cadillac truck, you know, feeling like bosses and all that. It was just fun, you know. We had a really good time. And so we went to the bar, you know, or the club, and I had 2 drinks of the same drink I had. It just, for some reason, I haven't had it since then, so I can't even remember what it was, but it was like really popular back when it was like when I had it. And we had so much fun. And it turns out like that club ended up turning into like it was like reggae and hip hop. And the hip hop one I probably didn't even open until like 11 o'clock at night. And I was like, my mom had like sat down and she was kind of like talking to some people, and I was like, I danced the entire, basically like 15 minutes after we got there, had a little sippy sip and just started dancing, and then my mom left. And then it was funny, she was getting hit on by guys, so she was getting hit on, like they were like, give me those digits. And then I started dancing with these random girls, and it was heck of fun. Like, that's like probably the third time that happened when I went to a club where I ended up starting dancing with random people. And it was fun. I was like dancing with these 2 girls. I think it was two. Eventually like 3. And then we all went over to the hip hop one. And I'm not really that much into hip hop. I'm not against it, but I'm not like, oh yeah, hip hop music. But some of what I hear, I'm like, oh yeah, that's good, that's deep, like, oh, like, really. And so eventually I was like, okay. And my mom, it was so funny, like, my mom, she was just watching me the whole time. When we went to the hip-hop section, she was just like glued on me. Every time I looked at her, I felt like she was just watching me. I was like, stop looking at me, mom. I danced the whole night. And then eventually, because I like the reggae style way much more, the music, I love the music. I love the style of it. It's so much, it feels like so much more spiritual and like freeing, and you just like want to dance all night, just get like loose with it. And so whereas with hip hop I kind of felt like more like I should dance like hardcore or something. It's just like, you know, different music have different type of effects on you. So with the reggae one, I just feel like more loose, and like I feel like dancing like spiritually, and just like, now I feel like freeing my body from like day-to-day life. And so I danced over there again. I actually eventually started dancing like by myself, and I had no problem with it, probably because I was starting to get a little intoxicated or whatnot. I had like 2 drinks, maybe 3, but they were like small cups. They weren't like massive cups, probably like a little bigger than shots, but not like a whole cup. And it was like really fun. And I started dancing by myself, and I was just having a ball. And then this guy, it's probably like now 2 o'clock in the morning, and this guy like comes at me and he like starts to dance with me. It was actually fun, but I felt like he kind of threw off like my balance and what I was having going on, and he kind of threw it off. But when he left, I was like, okay, got riddance of you. Because I started getting back, and so I was like, hey. And then probably like 3 in the morning, they were like, okay, the club's closing, bye everybody, so you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the heck out of here. So basically, when we left the club, we were walking, and we basically were walking like bare. Well, by this time we put our shoes on, because I started to walk barefoot because my feet were starting to hurt. And then when we were parked next to these apartments, and the club was right next to the apartments as well, so we didn't know like this area was restricted and people from the club couldn't park there. And there was like absolutely no sign saying if you park here you're gonna get towed. It didn't say that nowhere. Even like after we came out and we realized that our car might have either been stolen or towed, we looked around to see if there was like a sign saying that you couldn't park here or anything, and people were like, no. And then actually somebody else ended up getting their car towed away too, and it was like so ridiculous. And I think we did end up finding a sign that said you couldn't park, but it was like way in the front, like in the cut, like you couldn't even really see it. So like even if you were passing right by it, since it was like in the cut, you wouldn't be able to recognize that it was there. You know, unless you got out of the car, was like, okay, let me look for a sign that says you can't park here. It wasn't in your face. Even the apartments, like there was apartments right there, which is like, it was the apartments and it was the club. So I can't tell the difference between the club parking lot and the apartment parking lot. So it was like, it just looked like it was combined. So we ended up parking like way in the back because there's like no parking spots whatsoever. And so this one area that we parked, we ended up getting our car towed. Who knows if we would have parked somewhere else if it was still got towed. I guess they were just like really active towing company over there, and they like called they called the tow company like literally an hour or two before we left the club, which sucks. But we didn't walk. We were gonna walk, but we ended up meeting this like really nice gentleman, and we were probably there like probably 30 minutes to an hour, like debating on what to do. If we like should just call the tow company, you know, go get the car or not. But the car, they were basically closed already, you know. They were already closed, so there wasn't much we can do about that. So then we ended up getting this ride for some random stranger who I think was actually at the club or something. No, he lived in the apartments actually. He lived in the apartments, and then he ended up giving us a ride to our hotel, and he was like really nice. And then even like probably at like 10 o'clock in the morning when we finally got in touch with the tow company and like was calling them, giving them the VIN number and all that, he actually like offered to give us a ride there. So then mom and my auntie, they ended up getting in the car with him, and then they went to go get the car, and then they came back, and then, you know, probably after that we checked out at the hotel, and then we went home. So we had to pay like a good pretty penny for that just to get the car out of the tow company. If you guys like this video, please leave a comment, a like, or subscribe. And yeah, that's possible. Yeah. I'll talk to you guys later. Stay beautiful, stay positive, and enjoy your day. Bye bye. Deuces.